Hello, hello, everyone. It's time. Oh, did I get in the right spot? Hold on. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. Hi. Welcome back. We're doing some more Lacuna, and the hope is to finish it tonight. It will have to be a longer stream. I've prepared with some golem juice for all the reading that I'm going to be doing. There's a slight possibility that I'll get too tired before the end, or that my voice will quit or anything like that. So yeah, but the goal is for this to be the finale. Woo! Yeah, I did have a nap. I'm starting a little later than I wanted to attempt the finale, but I started a little later because I ended up napping this afternoon. So hopefully that has reinvigorated me and will allow me to go later as well. So, yes, hello, Saberni. Hello. Yeah, let's just jump right into it then, you know? I feel like I don't have much more to say except I'm nervous. You know? So let's go. Last we left off, we had just ended Act 2. So my hope is that Act 3 will have another like recap thing like the other ones have had, like a little debriefing that recaps what's happened so far, so that I don't have to recap and that I can also be reminded. But yeah, I guess I'll recap stuff as it comes up rather than try to remember too much. I might do a quick version of my usual flip through. Zora, Louisville. That's where we are. Rather than my super long recaps that have been as much for my benefit as anyone else's, because I'm trying to remember what's going on. Everywhere I go, I do like to check if there is new news. The sheets that we are currently working on are the data and the Liberators. I think everything else is closed, yeah. I'm gonna have to grab the soundtrack because I am vibing with the tunes that play in this. Let me know if the game's a little loud or anything like that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we know anything about either of these yet. It may be references to who the CEO might be, but then we'd have to figure out the company. There was something. Yeah, what were our latest conversations? Let's take a quick look at those. Right, we were talking down Moore. Yeah, that was great. Good job, us. Yeah, this was leading into... Yeah, so we had a very exciting end of stream last time. Or I guess it wasn't end of stream. End of the Lacuna part of the stream last time, where we managed to capture Moore alive before he blew up a Savian church. Savians being the... somewhat controversial religious group that we're trying to protect because there's some assholes out there trying to fucking kill them all. Yes, and we lied to Zora. We told her we didn't know where that okay, yeah, here we go. What is probably William, but who knows, maybe a femme form of Willia. The boss won't let that happen. Now, I don't know that that's like the CEO that we're looking for, or if that's just the boss of the Merc group that Zora's a part of, but yeah, anyway, it's... Maybe they're the same? Who knows? Anyway, okay, that's the only thing I was looking for. Okay. That I wanted a refresher on. I remind myself of all the... more this way? Man, there's a few different ways I should go. Wait, what am I trying to do right now? What's my current goal? I don't remember where my current goals are. Oh, it keeps track of how much I've smoked. Am I just heading home? Is that all I'm doing? Should I visit my ex? Where am I? Yeah, I think this is where my ex lives. News! Okay, great. Escalation on Drovia. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Escalation on Drovia article by Laura. What did we decide this? Ewan? In the aftermath of Banny's death and the shocking announcement broadcast by his murderers, allegedly, they're taking credit for it, and they probably did it. The situation on Drovia has come to a head. Large demonstrations and some violent clashes with security, some of which were allegedly instigated by Savient Front members, Savient Front being the most, like, extreme version of the Savients, have rocked the colony over the past 24 hours. Multiple stores, most of them Garian-owned, have been demolished and looted. Protesters were holding signs demanding Drovian self-governance. Others warned of repercussions for Garian murderers. In a statement this afternoon, Prime Minister Marov ordered the protesters to refrain from violence, but also assured them that Gara would see severe consequences for what's transpired. Meanwhile, Garian Savient Council urged President Robertson to do everything in his power to prevent any further attacks, and anything else that could escalate the situation. Savients on Gara are fearing for their lives, their spokesman Ivan Broker said. We have heard many reports of people staying home instead of going to school or work because they are terrified. Gara's authorities and terrorism experts seem baffled by the Liberators' sudden emergence. They came out of nowhere, says Professor Melissa Willard, expert on political extremism at Molina University. They did not emerge from an existing known movement, which is very rare and frankly strange. That is very rare and frankly strange. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think that's my place. Okay, yeah, and that's coming up that way. Okay. I talked to her. Catherine. Neil, anything new? Neil. No. Catherine. Shit. I'm so scared. What if those people are lying to you? What if they never planned on letting her go? That's a possibility. Neil, I've talked to them. They assured me they're only after the data. They'll keep their word, okay? Tell you what, if we don't have her back by tomorrow, I'll come clean and ask the CDI for help. Catherine. Okay. Yeah, okay. That sounds good. Hey, Neil? I'm glad I'm not alone in this. Neil. Same. I kind of missed talking to you these last few years. I'm so sorry I didn't spend more time with you and Laura. I just couldn't. It hurt. Oh yeah, that was his big, like, monologue at the beginning of last time, was being like, ah, man, I really wish I'd spent more time with my family now that everything's fucked. I know how selfish that sounds. And it is. It sucks. Catherine, no, I understand. I can relate. I always asked you to take care of Laura more, but sometimes I felt like doing it by myself was easier than seeing you again and again. Well, we're good. It's this. Listen, if she'll accept the hug. Oh, she is accepting the hug. Aw. I'll get home and catch some sleep. See you tomorrow. Catherine. Okay. See you. All right. Objectives updated. Where are my objectives? What am I? Where? Oh, go to sleep. They're in this corner here. Okay. Okay. What a day. What a day we had. Yeah, I guess the basic recap is like, yeah, we stopped a terrorist attack happening, so, oh boy. Oh boy. Neil. Hey, Saito, what is it? Saito. Hey, Neil, I have good news. Our IT department finally managed to retrieve some of the data Cox was trying to destroy. Most of it are bills and contracts that aren't important for our case. Still pretty illegal, though. But they also found a message that caught my eye. Great. Like the one to Gonzalez, it was sent via the Mercurius network. Pretty sure it comes from whoever is behind the Liberators. I'll forward it to your cell. Neil, good work, Saito. I'll have a look at it tomorrow morning. Need to catch some sleep first. Saito, I have even more good news. Young wants to talk to you as well. Young. Hey, Neil. I ran an analysis on the bomb Moore was trying to place in Corian Church. This kind of explosive is usually used in mining. Oh, is it? People outside that sector don't have access to this compound. Neil. So the odds are high that the Liberators have ties to the mining business. Young. Exactly. Neil. Sounds like we're finally making headway in our investigation. See you tomorrow. Okay. Oh, okay. Email. Forward. Our cooperation. It's forwarded from Saito. Forwarded message. Albert. It's been a while since we last talked. I hope you're doing well. First, I'd like to thank you for the good work over the years. I'm glad that a fellow Drovian is taking care of securing our Telenium transports on Gara. Second, I have a proposal to make. Since our cooperation has been going so well, I thought we could extend it a little. Okay, so we have a mining company and they're Telenium based. Mining Telenium. Makes sense. Maybe on Drovia. Though, like, again, why are Drovians attacking Savians? Do we have some extreme Savians pretending to be extreme anti-Savians? I thought we could extend it a little. It's very conspiracy theory of me, but, you know, this is a sci-fi game. I could use your help with an operation I've been planning for a few years now. It doesn't come without risk, but I can assure you that the payment will be good and, even more importantly, that the mission promises a bright future for both our companies and revenge for what happened to your parents. Let me know if you're interested. Yours, A. Okay. So, A is an initial. They're mining Telenium. They're miners. I should have done the miner thing first, because that leads naturally to the next. Okay. Gosh, was it an email? The list of companies. Yeah, okay. Okay, we got a couple Drovia minings, one of which is Telenium. Bemis mining, Gara mining. We have a couple Gara mining Telenium. It could be people mining Telenium on Gara who are from Drovia. I guess I can't eliminate any of those, but I think we're narrowing it down to mining and Telenium. Yeah. So, Amoli PC, Milix Mining, both of which are Milix Mining and Hanel Metals, both of which are Telenium mining companies on Gara. Then we have Dyson Enterprise, which is Telenium mining on Drovia. So that's the one I'm feeling the most good about, is Dyson Enterprises, due to the Drovia connection, which I don't know that we have solid proof that it's actually on Drovia wherever this is happening, but okay. So this is a maybe Drovia. We know it's mining, and we think it's Telenium. Okay. Okay. Oh, I should. Make sure I'm full up on cigarettes, just in case. All right.
You may be asking yourself how I remained functional throughout all of this. How I didn't just collapse under the pressure and the looming prospect of losing my daughter forever. I think the truth is that over the years, I had gotten really, really good at tuning out the voice that always tormented me, that had always told me horrible shit. This was just adding to it. More to repress, more bubbling beneath the surface. Maybe if it had gone on for long enough, I would have imploded sooner or later.
Yeah, feels right. Welcome, thanks. Oh. She's gonna be mad at me. Zora, there you are. Neil. Zora, what is it this time? Zora, well, you lied to me. My boss isn't happy. Neil, I couldn't let you do this, okay? We caught the guy and are questioning him right now. I'll tell you everything. I don't think he knows much. His boss, Albert Cox, he's the bigger fish. He fired at my partner and me when we tried to arrest him. Zora, that doesn't change the fact that you were supposed to let us intercept that attack. I told you that it would have consequences for Laura if you don't cooperate. She was moved from her room to one of our interrogation cells. It's pretty damp and cold in there. Just a matter of time until she gets sick. Neil, you fucking monsters. If she gets harmed in this, Zora, we're willing to give you one last chance. We'll have to rely on that back door to the CDI network after all. Taking the data back seems to be the best way to get our money right now. But we need your help to go through with it. Here's how this will go. At 7 o'clock tonight, our hackers will commence the attack. But it will only work if we have someone who is physically at a CDI computer at that time. A new user named 4x458. 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 I'm just gonna write that down just in case that's important. You know, just in case. Look, it's already in my notepads, the number that led to the fucking boat that I then put it in wrong. Okay. 4x458 will pop up and request admin privileges that you'll have to grant. Neil, Zora, I have no idea what that means or how it works. I don't even know if my account can do that. Zora, I was afraid you'd say that. I guess I'll have to ask a system administrator to help you out. Neil, how do you think that'll go? Hey, IT, could you help me invite some hackers into our network? Zora, isn't there someone on your team you can ask? Someone who will believe you if you tell them you're doing the right thing? Neil, you know. You're talking about Saito. Oh, we can't implicate Saito, sweet Saito. Zora. Neil, I can't. What if he says no? Zora, that's for you to figure out. You're good with words. Force him if you have to. Once we're in, we won't have much time until we're kicked out of the system automatically. We'll have mere seconds to navigate to the right folder. In order to make it in time, we need to have an idea where to find the data, for which, in turn, we'll have to know what that data is about, and that's your job to find out. How's that sheet going I sent you? Neil, I'm making progress, but I'm not sure I have all the information I need. Zora. Then hurry up. You'll have to submit it by 1900 so we can start the hack. Neil, okay. Zora, I'll call you once. I can't tell her if I haven't decided if I'm going through with it yet. It's tough. It's tough. Okay, this is Zora. I'll call you once you've sent me the sheet. Make sure you're out on a CDI computer with your friend to let us in. Put the data on a stick and hand it to us at 11 tonight. I'm sending you the coordinates to our meeting spot. It's a bit further out, so make sure to be on your way in time. You get the data tonight, I promise you'll have Laura back tomorrow. It will be the last thing we ask of you. Neil, how am I supposed to believe you'll let Laura go? Zora, you can't know. You'll have to take my word for it. Neil, if I drag Saito into it and he tells anyone, I'll lose my job. I'll probably go to prison. Throw me a bone. I need to know she'll be fine if I do this. Tell me it makes a difference to you. Can't mean nothing to you to take a young life. Zora, it isn't up to me. Neil, you keep saying that, but isn't it really? Do you have zero control over what happens? If you can do something, please tell me it isn't all the same to you if she lives or dies. Zora, do what I say and she'll live, okay? Neil, but what if things go south? Saito won't help me if we don't have the right folder. You keep dodging the question. Tell me a human life has some value to you. Zora, it would end at some point anyway. Neil, oh, give me a break. Everything is so easy if nothing means anything. I put everything on the line to protect the life of a criminal. Letting Laura go unharmed will cost you nothing in comparison. Zora, whatever. Your badge and gun betray you. You're a murderer, like me. Neil, you're wrong about that. There's only one person whose death I'm directly responsible for. And you know what? It fucks me up. It's been years and it still fucks me up. And it should. Zora, is that so? Neil, I was chasing down a perp in a car, lost control and crashed into a building. The woman inside was dead on the spot, so quickly that she couldn't feel any pain or fear. That's what they said to me. Zora, and they didn't put you away for it? Neil, no. No, they didn't. Zora, look, most people are garbage. There's a good chance the world is better off without her. What about you? How would you classify yourself then? Zora, oh, definitely garbage. Wouldn't you agree the world would be better off without most people in it? I don't agree. Human life has inherent value, and a bad person can always change. Zora. We have to get her. If I feel like I can have her on my side to save Laura, then I cannot go through with this. But otherwise, I feel like I've been all in on family. I gotta go through with it otherwise. But if I feel like Zora will help me out. Zora, I've said what I came here to say. You know what needs to be done. Neil, Zora. There she goes. Hey, buddy. Hey, Horace. How's it going? Horace. And I'm gonna pet him. Oh, look how happy his little face is. You're the only good thing in this world, Horace. Okay. He said he's getting somewhere, and I haven't gotten shit on this yet. The data's about the blank that took place on... You think it's about the Sector 2 incident? It's gotta be about the Sector 2 incident, right? When did that happen? 1800? What year is it now? 1840? And that took place on Drovia. Anyway, that's my guess. Is it's the Sector 2 incident. I'll flip through everything again. Current collision. Yeah, no. I'm gonna say it's the Sector 2 incident. 1800 Drovia. Yeah, because it's happened 40 years ago, and it is 1840 right now, I think. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Anyway, if I don't get any more new information, that's what I'm going for. Nice shower. Okay, we'll go to sleep. Happy boy, serve up lots of love. That's the achievement I got for petting Horace. I think because I pet him every time.
After I woke up, I stared at the ceiling for a while. Zora's words rang in my head. 7 o'clock tonight. I had to do what they asked of me, but I wasn't sure where the data they wanted was stored. I was running out of time. I sat up and made a decision. The sheet on the Liberators. I needed to complete it now. I had a feeling that all the puzzle pieces were there. If I found out who was in charge of the Liberators, I might finally understand what the data was all about and where to look for it. Or maybe I could force them to pay Zora's boss so he'd let Laura go.
Well, I could have been walking that whole time. Submit the sheet. I gotta submit the Liberator sheet? Wow. Oh, wait, was it Hannel? Okay, hold on. Where's the fucking email? Okay, list of companies. Mining, Titanium, Dyson. Dyson Enterprise. Okay. Okay, and then... Yeah, Glad a fellow Drovian is taking care of our Tellurium transports on Gara. Yeah, okay, so it is Drovian, it's Tellurium, and we know from our conversation that it's mining. Right. It's a kind of explosive usually used in mining. Okay. Yeah, okay. I feel okay about this sheet then. I think we got everything there. Yeah. Oh, indeed. Our happy boy, our happy little Horace. Dyson, Drovia mining, Telenium. I'm gonna one last time check to make sure that that was the only possible one. Drovia mining, Telenium. I think it's the only one with all three. Drovia food. Gara, 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 gara. Okay, so all the Drovia ones are up here, and only 2 are mining, and only 1's Telenium, and that one is Dyson. Okay. Okay. Okay, here we go.
Abbott Dyson.
Hey!
All the signs pointed towards him and his company. I didn't feel like I had the full picture just yet, but some aspects finally made sense to me. None of the people we had encountered seemed to support what the Liberators claimed.
Does he do a monologue like this no matter what you say?
This wasn't a Garian terror group at all. It was Drovians, Savians, hired guns, and business people, all working for one man's false flag operation. What was he trying to accomplish?
Okay, I could be walking.
Stir up enough trouble to force the solar system into a war? I had talked to Dyson the morning after Banny's death. He was still in Gara, hiding in plain sight, and I still had his number. I considered my options. We needed to arrest him. But maybe we could have a chat first. Just the 2 of us. Once the CDI had him, he wouldn't be able to talk freely. I took out my cell and tapped his face in my contacts.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I'm stressed. Dyson, hello? Neil. Morning, Mr. Dyson. This is Neil Conrad with the CDI. I mean, we should have known it was somebody that we'd talked to before. You're stressed? Me too! You're stressed. I'm stressed. This is Neil Conrad with the CDI. Dyson. Agent Conrad. How can I help you? Neil, there's something I'd like to talk to you about in person. Could we meet on the train that stops at Louisville in half an hour? Dyson. I have an important call in 10 minutes. Could we make an appointment for tonight? Neil. This can't wait. Dyson. Oh, he's gonna get suspicious. If you insist, I'll tell my secretary to delay my call. You do that. Neil. Thanks. See you in a bit. Okay. Oh, wait. Hey, buddy. Oh, I can't. Oh, I was hoping I could pet him again. Okay. It's monologue elevator time. Oh, but are we not gonna we did our monologue already. I'll make up one. I was feeling pretty stressed about the fact that everything's coming to a head right now, and I don't know, this Dyson guy could really fuck the shit up. And what if I'm wrong, you know? Yep, that's it. That's the only monologue I got. Oh. Okay. To the train. What if I just had a little snack? No, okay. Oh, there we go.
My heart was pounding.
Mine too,
Did
Neil.
Dyson really come, or did I spook him?
Yeah.
Did he suspect I was onto him? It would be a while until I found out, so I sat down and took a deep breath. At least I had a little time to think about what to say to him if he showed up.
Hey, look, we're smoking automatically. I think we've smoked enough. We've smoked at most opportunities. I don't think quite all of them. We maybe didn't do one, but... You gonna come off the train? Do I have to get on the train? I maybe should have worn my heart rate monitor for this. Neil, Mr. Dyson. Oh, we're talking on the train. Oh, classic. Okay. Mr. Dyson. Dyson. Good evening, Agent Conrad. This is an interesting setting for a chat. Neil, let's get straight to the point. I have sufficient proof that you are part of, or even all, of the Liberators. That's a good point. It could be not an actual group. He's just faking it. That would make actually a lot of sense, because otherwise the group did pop up out of nowhere. Dyson, that's a big accusation to throw around. Oh yeah, he narrowed his eyes first. What proof would that be? Neil, I know you hired mercenaries to kill Banny and steal some data from the chief's cell. You also instructed Cox to broadcast the Liberators' message and to bomb Carrion Church. If there is anything else going on that endangers people's lives, you need to tell me right now. Dyson, if you are so sure of all that, why didn't the CDI just arrest me? Neil, I want to know why you did it. You're a Savian from Drovia. What's more, your company suffers financially from operating inside an unfree colony. You have all the reason to support Drovian independence. Dyson, I do support Drovian independence, but not for economic reasons. Don't you think that the status quo is unacceptable in a modern society? Sure. Gara forces us to hand over all the fruit of our labor like we live in feudal times, only to resell it at an incredible profit. Your planet exploits and enslaves my people for its own financial gain. Neil, if that's how you see it, why did you create an anti-Savian, anti-emancipation terrorist group? Dyson, all Drovia needs to finally explode is a spark. I've provided just that. I figured it out like 2 minutes before it was revealed. Did you read the news today? I did! Drovian resistance against its oppressors has never been stronger. Neil, so you admitted. You did it to lend momentum and legitimacy to a Savian revolution, to push public opinion on Drovia to a point where a secession war? Wait, a secession war? A secession war? Wait, what? How? They want to secede? Anyway, war seems inevitable. God. But they were already negotiating. Why didn't you just support Banny on the summit? Dyson, Joseph was in no position to change things. The whole summit was a big dog and pony show. History teaches us that you can't obtain independence the peaceful way. If you want it, you take it. Neil, and a war is worth it for you? Especially considering that Drovia is unlikely to win it. Dyson, if a war is what it takes, we have to try. Besides, New Jorn will take our side, if any. Neil, you know, I'm really not buying your man of the people spiel. This is all about your company's bottom line. Dyson, think of me any way you want. It doesn't matter. The way I see it, I am using my influence and money to fight for the right cause. Neil, don't you think thousands of innocent lives are a prohibitively high price to pay? Dyson, it's interesting you'd bring that up, being a CDI agent yourself. Neil, what are you talking about? Dyson, the data I've been wanting to get my hands on? Did you have a look at it? Neil, no. Dyson, it contains classified information about the Sector 2 incident. Yeah! Which also cost thousands of innocent lives. But just as importantly, Savians lost the right to a self-governed colony on Drovia. Gara cited a character that it had made up itself and launched an independent investigation, which identified major construction and security flaws as causes of the disaster. Neil, I'm familiar with the incident. What are you getting at? Dyson, those backwards Savians don't believe in real science, so they don't know how to build a safe colony. Sounds convincing, doesn't it? What if I told you that the colony was sabotaged by Gara? I'd believe you! We knew it! We knew it! Neil, don't be ridiculous. Neil, please. Dyson, the operation was launched out of fear and greed. A Savian colony on the biggest Tylanium source in the system, free to trade with New Jorn? Losing the Tylanium race could have meant losing supremacy over the solar system at the time. They couldn't allow that to happen. Neil, who? What are you talking about? Dyson, a number of politicians and other elites, and of course, the CDI as their executive force. Your Attorney General, Amelia Thorne, she was director of the CDI at the time. We knew she was in on it too. So before you judge me, look at the people you work for and what they did. I know so many people who died or lost someone in the incident. So many more who lost their livelihoods. Neil, no, this is too big. So many people would have to stay quiet for it to stay a secret for so long. Dyson, well, it will come out, and not that many people know. Who knows? Neil, who knows at the CDI? Does Gary know? The chief? The director? Dyson, everybody involved is retired by now except Ms. Thorne, but some people must know. There are records of it. They will see the light of day soon enough. I think the chief knows, and I think he feels conflicted about it. Not enough to, like, absolve him, but conflicted enough that he, like, was pushing about stuff. But maybe not. Maybe he's just fully in on it and knew about it and is like, things would break down too much if this information was released, so even though I don't like that they did that, it's too late now. We gotta keep it a secret. That might be. That's my prediction for how the Chief's vibe in all of this is. I'm feeling less and less like Gary knows, but there's still a possibility that there will be a last minute Gary knows and he will side with protecting the CDI over, like, if we were to be like, no, the public has to know, that he would side with the CDI, and that would be the betrayal. Anyway, we'll see. Neil, I know that the mercenaries you hired are working on getting them back. They abducted my daughter and blackmailed me into helping them. Dyson, I'm sorry to hear that. They did not act on my behalf when they took your daughter. Neil, listen, Mr. Dyson. Ah! That was a bad choice. I feel like that was a bad choice. I don't know why I oh no. Oh, Neil, the mercenaries will free my daughter as soon as they get the money you promised them. And maybe I could get the data for him specifically? I don't know. Well, we'll see. Oh, I don't know. That was, I don't feel good about this. The mercenaries will free my daughter as soon as they get the money you promised them. I want to arrest you if you pay them now. Dyson, it doesn't make much of a difference to me if you arrest me. I might have to do some time, but I have the best lawyers in the system. What I care about is that the data becomes public. Get it? And the mercenaries will be paid. Once they send it over, it will get leaked even if I am in prison. I have people making sure of that. Okay, so I could arrest him. Saito is a Savian, maybe you can convince him anyway. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And I, like, don't feel bad about leaking the data, because I do think it should be leaked. So I think we go through with it. And then, yeah, Saito is Savian. So maybe we just come clean with Saito. Because I definitely don't want to get Saito in trouble if he's not on board, but, you know. Okay. Neil, it doesn't matter what you care about. I want my daughter back. Pay them, now. Dyson, I would consider it, but I missed the window. The transaction expired. Neil, I see. Okay, I am going to arrest him, because that's a good reason to be at the CDI, but then do the thing anyway? I don't know if this is a good idea. I also think that he went about this the wrong way. Though, you know, but like, you know, I don't feel great about the fake terrorist organization and all that stuff, you know. But, yeah. Also, it would feel like a bit of a heel turn, because Neil's clearly shocked about this, to let him go at this point. Neil, you're getting off the train with me at the next stop. I can't let you get away with this. But until we arrive, I have some final questions. Tell me. I'm gonna ask about Laura first. What do you know about the people who took my daughter? Dyson. Not much, to be honest. You probably figured out most of it already. They're a secret group of mercenaries, and they run big operations in the whole solar system. If you want a higher profile job done, you go to them. Neil, where's their HQ, and where are they keeping my daughter? Dyson. I don't know. They're very secretive. They only meet you in public places, or they come to you. Neil, I see. Tell me. Why does Cox help you? I imagine bombing a church isn't something you can just pay any security company to do. Dyson. Albert's parents were old friends of mine. Their company was in charge of security at Sector 2. We knew that. Dyson. They went bankrupt after the explosions. Some people put the blame for the incident on them. They're getting death threats to this day. I supported them and their son financially. As you can imagine, Cox has every reason to want revenge for what Gara did to his family. Neil, why work with the mercenaries when you already had Cox's guys to do your dirty work? Dyson, parts of the plan were out of his wheelhouse. Neil, I see. That's all for now. We'll get out at the next stop. I'll inform my colleagues that we are coming. I think this is a way to get us in, and then we're still gonna do the data shit. I mean, this makes doing the data shit a lot easier decision, because now I'm like, oh, this is fine. I would like this out there. Whereas before it was like, oh no, I'm helping people. Holloway, hey Conrad, are you sure about this? Neil, I am. Holloway, all right then. Good job. I got this. Gary wanted to talk to you. He's inside. You're waiting here with us, Mr. Dyson. Okay, you got it. All right, I got an achievement for catching the mastermind. Good for me. Again, I'm wondering, like, if it wasn't him, if I'd chosen the wrong person, would something have happened? Oh shit, I punched the mic. Would something have happened to have led to me catching him the way it did with, like, me eventually finding the boat? Or was that too important and I would have, like, would I have monologued about someone else and been like, no, that actually doesn't make sense, pick somebody else. I'm so curious. I'm so curious. No news, eh? Okay. Okay. Who should I maybe talk to Saito first? What does my journal say? What's going on? I got emails. Liam Campbell wants breakfast. Good morning, Conrad. I'm taking a walk in the little park near your place this morning. You know the one. Once you leave the elevator, just keep going straight past the fountain. I'll be sitting down for a coffee near the gazebo. Come around if you want to join me. I'll be here for another hour or two. Oh. I maybe missed this. When did this happen? When did this email get sent? I maybe should have checked my email when I left. Oh no, I may have missed an important scene, huh? Whoopsie. Always check your email first thing in the morning, huh? Anyone down here? I don't think so. Just, you know. All right, the reason I went to this was because I wanted to check my objectives. Just talk to Gary, okay. I'll talk to him before Saito then. Where is Gary? He's the chief now, okay. Yeah, okay, he's up there. Yeah. Is this Saito right here? I think so. Gary, hey. Shit, Conrad, you really found the mastermind behind the Liberators. Finally, some good news. I just hope that this whole shit show is over now. Why did Dyson do it? Neil, it's kind of a long story. He was trying to escalate the situation between our planets. Gary, I see. Let's talk about it in detail later. Preventing last night's attack was a great victory as well. You did a good job. Neil, thanks. Gary, that's a good start to my time as chief, isn't it? Neil, well, acting chief, but yeah. Gary, I have a meeting with the press in a few minutes. We brought Moore in for questioning. He's waiting in the basement. You should go talk to him, see if he knows something we don't. Neil, roger that. Okay, I'll go talk to him. Hello? Mrs. Moore. This is Evelyn Moore. I heard about James. I'm glad that he is alive. Neil, the fact that we caught him in time will certainly improve his chances in court. Mrs. Moore. Yeah, it's not going to be easy, but it could have been so much worse. Thank you. I wish you good luck with your case. Aw, thanks, lady. I'm just trying to do my best out here, you know? Okay. Hey, man. Neil, good morning, Mr. Moore. I'd like to ask you some questions about the bomb attack. Moore, okay. We know why I did it. Who gave you your instructions, I think is the more important thing. Neil, who gave you your instructions? Moore, it was Mr. Cox. He offered me money. That's what we presumed. I didn't know what I was getting into, I swear. Neil, what exactly did Cox tell you? Moore, not much. He handed me the device to do the hack out at AdSpot, and he told me where to place the bomb. Neil, how did he procure the explosives? Moore, I don't know. They're not part of our equipment. He must have gotten it from someone else. Neil, from whom? Moore, I don't know. I don't know, okay? So I think we just wouldn't have caught Dyson, and that we maybe would have gotten the information we needed from Moore here, or we could get the information we needed from Moore, because, like, we kind of know the answer to these questions already. Neil, I see. Okay, why'd you do it? Neil, why'd you do it? Moore, my wife is sick. I needed the money. It was all about paying the bills. We knew it. And yes, Moore, I was told the whole thing was a chance to get back at Millix for what they did to my wife. Get back at Millix? How so? Moore, I don't know any details, I swear. I wasn't allowed to ask questions. This is all... I'm so afraid that Evelyn will hate me. Neil, I see. That's all for now. Moore, what will happen to me now? Neil, that's for the judges to decide. You'll have to go to prison for a while, but the fact that you didn't carry out your attack will certainly reduce your penalty. Moore. Shit.
I was supposed to write a report on my findings in the Liberators case, but I wasn't able to concentrate for even a second. First, I needed to wait for my colleagues to go home to be alone with Saito. He always worked late.
Good old Saito working late.
He refused to help me. The idea of having to force him was devastating.
Yeah, he's a
He was
good
my
bean.
friend, after all. When I finally managed not to think about it anymore, a much more dire thought crept up on me. Laura might die tonight. And if she did, it would be my fault.
Alright, let's submit that fucking sheet. Yeah, Sector 2 incident in 1800 in Drovia. I'm going to, fucking hell, go to, I just want to double check. Yes, it's 1840 and it's the 40th anniversary. So yes, it was 1800. Yeah, okay, so the 1803 that they're trying to trick us with is referring to, the thing that the passing of the thing that's stopping them from building new. Building new colonies. New Jorn from building new colonies. Okay. Sector 2 incident, Drovia. 40th anniversary, it's 1840, so 1800. Sector 2 incident, Drovia. Okay. Oh, I can go up to the roof? That's fun. Okay. Saito, buddy. Hey, man. Wait, where are you? Wait, you're this way, aren't you? Are you this way? No, you're a floor below. Oh, he's still, you know, he's another floor below. Oh, no, maybe he's 2 floors below. Yeah, I don't know where I am. I work here, but I don't know my offices. Yeah, because it's like, yeah, it's this double-floored room, and he's on the upper, yeah, okay. Hey, buddy! Hey, kiddo! Hey, Saito! There, I just totally dropped Neil's voice for this. Hey, Saito! Saito, Neil, hey, you're working late. Neil, listen, there's something I need to talk to you about. Saito, of course, what's the matter? Neil, Saito, I'm sorry. Saito, sorry? For what? Is everything all right? Neil, no, it's not. My daughter, Laura, was abducted, and the people who took her want something from me. I need your help to get it for them. Saito, what? Laura was abducted? When? By whom? Neil, by a group of mercenaries. Saito, shit, I'm so sorry, Neil. What's the CDI's plan of action? Neil, the CDI? What do you think those people would do if I told the CDI about it? Saito, wait, you didn't tell anyone else at the CDI? Neil, no, look, we don't have much time. The mercenaries want me to help them get the data back that they stole from the chief. They managed to create a backdoor to the CDI network. They can briefly alter the access rights to the folder they want from the CDI database, but they won't be able to retrieve it. That can only be done from a local computer. That's where you come in. You're a sysadmin, right? You have to grant the request to access a specific folder you're not usually able to see. They'll pull all the data from that folder to your local drive, put it on a stick, and give it to me. They made it clear it was not to be sent over the web. Saito, okay, listen, holy fuck. Neil, I'll bring them the data and then I'll get Laura back. Saito, Neil, you realize you can't trust those people, right? Why are you so convinced that they'll hold up their end of the bargain? If you want to save Laura, you have to ask the higher-ups at the CDI for help. Neil, I don't know enough about those people. No chance the CDI would be able to track them down in time. The hack will go down in 5 minutes. If I don't hand them the data tonight, they might kill her. Saito, I have an idea. Once they open up the folder thereafter, I might be able to locate the source of the back door. We'll explain to the others what's going on and we'll raid the location before the handover is scheduled. You'll have Laura back before they find out that we never went through with the hack. Neil, if we do it that way, do we still get to retrieve the data in the folder? Saito, we won't need it. Neil, but if you can't trace them and don't get the data, we have nothing. Saito, fine, I'll accept the data transfer. Either way, I'll delete it if I am able to trace the hack. But I kind of want the data to go out. Ah! Neil, no, that's too risky. I mean, actually what I want to do, see, this is my question. I can't risk it now without knowing, but my question in future playthroughs is, could I convince Saito to give me the data anyway, rather than delete it? But I don't see a clear option to do that. Neil, no, that's too risky. I'll hand them the data as planned. They expect me in an hour. Saito, Neil, please, Neil, come to your senses. Those are criminals. You can't work with them. Neil, I'm not so sure anymore who the bigger criminal here is. Saito, what are you talking about? You know what? Do what you think is best, but I won't be part of it. Neil, oh no! Neil, please don't make it complicated, Saito. I really need your help. No! God damn it! I don't want to threaten him. Fuck. 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 Okay, I hate this. Oh no. Oh god, I hope there's still a way for me to release the data at some point, but I just I want Saito on my side. He's a good bean. Okay. Neil, okay, you're right. Let's tell the CDI. Saito, okay. Okay, good. I'm glad you agree. I'll find out what their location is and we can call Gary. What is this data anyway? Why do they want it? Neil, I'm not sure. I don't have time to explain. She's calling. Zora, hey Neil, I got your sheet. All ready on your end? Neil, yeah, we're ready. Zora, good. We're searching that folder now. I'll tell you when you have access. All right, there we are. You're good to go. Neil, okay, I think Saito's retrieving the data. Saito, I got it. Zora, good work. I'll see you at the handover. Saito, goddamn, Neil. I got their location. Let's call Gary and the others. Neil, thank you, Saito. Thank you so much. Saito, I'm calling Gary and the others. We have to prepare the raid, and we have to do it quick. Neil, hold on. One last thing. Saito, let us keep the data? Saito, what is it? There's no time to lose. Neil, did you pull the data? Saito, what does it matter? Neil, give it to me. Saito, why? I have the location, Neil. We can go arrest them. You don't need it anymore. Neil, I did what you said, okay? I didn't go through with it. Please trust me. It's not a trick. I won't give the data to them. I just need to see what's on there. Saito. Neil, please. Saito. Here. Please don't do anything stupid. You're a good egg, Saito! Neil, thank you. Don't tell anyone, okay? Let's call Gary and the others. I'm so stressed! Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm really glad he still gave us the data, because I want to release the data. This is fine. It's fine. This is fine. We're fine. This is fine. Everything's going great. I feel like we've done good work with Zora, so if they figure it out, Zora will protect Laura. I'm really hoping. I don't know. They're playing it just coy enough with her that I'm not 100% confident, but I feel like every opportunity we had to try and convince Zora, we took. So hopefully this works out and we at least have her in Laura's corner. Not our corner, but Laura's corner. Okay. Okay, Saito, let's see. I think I got their HQ. It's inside an industrial zone on the fringes of the city. The company registered there calls itself Rattlesnake Farming. It appears to be some sort of greenhouse. I assume it's just a front. Maybe for money laundering? Gary, I still can't believe you didn't tell us earlier. What the hell were you thinking, Conrad? And how much information did you feed them about the CDI and our ongoing investigations? More than I should have, but less than I could have. Those people are criminals of the worst kind. Have you forgotten your oath? You'll face serious charges for this, Conrad. Young, could you please leave him alone, Gary? He's got enough on his plate right now. Thanks, Young. You're a real bro. Gary, well, maybe he would be in a better position if he had told the CDI earlier. Young, or they would have shot Laura right away if they had caught wind of it. We all had training in hostage negotiations, and I'm sure Neil followed it as best he could. Neil, I really don't care about that right now. Can we please focus on getting Laura out of there? Saito, I agree. We don't have time to waste. We should be at their HQ within the next hour. That's not a lot of time. Neil, let's go and gear up then. Colroy, actually, I don't think it's a good idea for you to be there, Neil. I mean, that's fair. We gotta be there, but also that's fair. You're not trained in extractions like this, and, Neil, I don't care if I get hurt. Colroy, and more importantly, you are too close to the case. The risk that you do something irrational and endanger the whole operation is too high. Neil, I can't just stay here and wait. My daughter is in there. Colroy, that's exactly the kind of attitude I'm worried about. But the problem is he's right, Neil. Neil, I've been in contact with these people multiple times. They know me. Maybe I can convince them to cooperate. Yeah, we could get Zora. Colroy, listen, Neil, Gary, there's no more time for discussion. Conrad, Colroy, get yourselves armor and a gun. I have to call Kumar. Colroy, your call. Neil, copy that. Don't leave without me. I'll come with you. Gary, you will? Okay. We leave in 30. He's so shocked. We usually meet Gary places. I don't think we should stay there. Leave in 30. Okay. Thanks, Saito. I'm sure we'll get Laura back, he says. Okay. Where's the armory? Let's check my email always now, because I feel like I missed something. I feel like we could have gotten some extra information this morning if I had read my messages. God, what if they leave me behind? Wait, where's the armory? Is it downstairs? That's where the interrogations are, though. Oh. I can't go downstairs. Where am I going? What's my objective? Go to the roof. Okay, great. Oh, because that's where the helicopter is. Great. Colroy's gonna go to the armory. Whee! Up we go. What if they leave me behind? Then that's why he was the actual reason he was like, oh, you're coming with me? Oh. Oh, how do I, oh. How do I get, I this way. Okay, this is the area they want me to go to. Whew.
I inserted the stick into my cell and opened up the folder. My heart was pounding. For a moment, it looked like the data wouldn't load, but then the files started appearing on the screen. Dozens, maybe hundreds of documents, messages, pictures, and videos. They were decades old. Most of them dated 1799 or 1800. Their confidentiality level was one I'd never seen before. This was the type of data the Garian network would instantly pick up and trace, both to its receiver and back to its sender. It made sense to physically hand-deliver it if one wished to remain anonymous. I didn't know where to begin, so I opened up the very first file in the list, the oldest one, with shaking hands. It was a document sent from someone at the Department of Commerce to the director of the CDI at the time, Emilia Thorne, now Attorney General in charge of the Justice Department. My eyes widened as I skimmed over the paragraphs. When I was done reading the letter, I checked the time. 20 more minutes. I sat down and opened up the second one, then the third. As the conversation went on, a plan was hatched between a handful of politicians, special interest groups from the private sector, and high-ranking members of the CDI. I didn't recognize most of the names. Some might have been pseudonyms. I stopped looking at the files halfway through and let my head sink onto the backrest. Even though they had used very careful language at first, the goal and purpose of the operation were abundantly clear. The failure of Sector 2 hadn't been an accident.
We knew it!
Had plotted and engineered it to gain sole access to Drovia's resources, and given its strategic importance at the time, ultimately retained supremacy over the solar system.
Gara does suck. You said it earlier, Saberni. You said it in an earlier stream.
Present, and for me, I had long doubted the integrity of the CDI. Was it still rotten to the core, or had things changed? I didn't know about any ongoing operations that were breaching interplanetary law, but then most agents at the time of the Sector 2 incident hadn't known either. And some of the things I did know about, I didn't want to think about them too much. Now what? On the one hand, the public had a right to know. The culprits had to be found and brought to justice. Reparations had to be paid to the affected families and businesses. On the other hand, if the truth came out, the Liberators would win. Savient extremists might be emboldened enough to take control of the colony and declare independence.
That's fine.
If that happened, Gara would send its ships, and New Joran might send theirs to back up their Savient brethren, and to finally gain access to the planet's Telenium, of course, if their side won. Hundreds might die, thousands even. Time was running out. I tapped the contact of a journalist I had met a while back. I still hadn't made a decision when I heard the dial tone. The data would probably go.
They're gonna make me decide through a call.
But there was no way in hell it wouldn't be traced back to me. My heart was pounding
I
so
mean,
loudly in
we're
my
gonna
ears
leak
that
it.
I almost didn't hear the voice on the other end.
We're gonna leak it. I almost, I almost didn't listen to my buddy Saito just because I wanted it to leak so bad. Reporter, this is Adrian Boley with the Guardian Gazette. How can I help you? Neil. Reporter, hello? Neil. Reporter, are you there? Neil. They're really giving us time. Reporter, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I'm hanging up now. Neil, I have information for you. Reporter, who is this? Neil, I can't tell you. Here we go. Oh, look at these achievements I'm getting. Oh, is this the right thing? Try to start a war is the achievement. Or the achievements, is this the right thing? And the description is try to start a war. I mean, I'm trying to start something anyway. I'm trying to start some shit. Okay. I'm stressed. Neil, I'm sending you a data package now. It's flagged and will be quickly picked up and traced by authorities. Your computer might be bricked. Back it up to an external hard drive as quickly as you can. Reporter, are you serious? Neil, please confirm that you understand what I just said. Reporter, I understand. Neil, good. The public needs to know this. Promise me that it won't get buried. Reporter, well, I have to look at it first. Neil, please. I may not have a second chance to send it out. Did you get it at all? Did you get it all? Reporter, yeah, I got it. Neil, okay. It's in your hands now. Gary, Conrad? Neil, Gary, Gary, it's time. Let's go. Neil. Okay, coming. Here we go. Here we go. Gar, rattlesnake farming. That's what it says behind me. We're at the place. Wow, look at, there's a whole mess of us. Agent Kumar. All right, agents. We just got the report from Nelson. The big greenhouse in front of us seems to be empty. However, the IR cameras picked up 12 targets in an underground facility hidden underneath. The scan for traps and explosives come back negative. Be careful regardless. We're going in on my command. Watch your backs and keep a low profile. These guys are dangerous and most likely armed. Use of deadly force is authorized. Getting the hostage out alive and well is our #1 priority. You all know what she looks like. Miller, Johnson, you open up the front door. Once we're inside, we're looking for another door in the back. Watch out for hostiles from that point on. Okay, let's go. Move, move, move! Neil, Gary, I appreciate you backing me up earlier. Thank you. Gary, after what you did, it's only right you'd help us fix it now. Let's go get your girl. Oh, God. Ooh, yep. Whee! I do want them outlines going. And I've had investigation mode for some of that strolled up. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Clear! I am so fast at running. Look at me catch up with these guys. Targets up ahead. Open up and move in. 3 targets! Agent Kumar. CDI! Drop your weapons! Drop them now! Oh, fuck. Oh, damn! I'm just standing there, like, pretty chill. Okay. Gary, shit, that was loud. The rest of them will be waiting for us. Agent Kumar. May's been shot. Gordon Flynn, provide first aid and see if you can get her out to the medics. Neil, fuck. Agent Kumar. Ito, lock this room down. Keep an eye on these assholes. Get their guns and make sure they stay down. Someone comes through that door over there, you shoot. The rest of you keep moving. We can't give them any more time to prepare or get out. Follow me. Okay. Opening up. There we go. Now I'm a little more intense.
In the final corridor, we passed by a large surgery.
Myers, kind of keep an eye on. I
always
keep an eye on something.
That must have been where they had given Zora her new face and implanted Boyd's fake ID. The only thing I could think about was whether they'd moved Laura or done something to her the moment they'd heard us coming.
Yeah. The next room is dead ahead. Expect resistance. Oh. Agent Kumar, drop those guns or we'll shoot. Williams. There we go. It's Williams. This is the boss. Who are you? What is this? Agent Kumar. CDI, put your weapons on the ground right now. Laura. Dad! Neil, stay put, Laura. It's going to be all right. Give us a minute to talk it over, okay? Zora. Williams. Oh, I see. It's about the girl. How about this? We hand her over to you and you never show your faces here again. Sound fair? Agent Kumar, I don't think you understand. This facility is surrounded. It's over. Your only option is to cooperate right now. Williams. All right, we'll cooperate, but we'll kill the girl first. Neil, no! Williams, no? Then it sounds like you're getting everything you want. That's not how negotiations work. Agent Kumar, shooting a child will do nothing but worsen your prospects on trial. Williams, come on. We both know I'm fucked regardless. Agent Kumar, we'll take you out if you make a wrong move. It doesn't have to be that way. Williams, so what you're saying is our only chance is to fight. Zora, come on, Zora, come through for us, girl. Neil, Zora. I'm sorry, Williams. Fuck yeah, Zora! Moon, what the fuck, Zora? Agent Kumar, stop! Final warning! Please, Moon, put your gun away. That was Zora. Kumar, good. Now lie down. Go cuff them, boys. Laura! Laura, Dad! Neil, it's over now, Laura. You're safe, all right? Laura, all right. Neil, are you okay? Did they hurt you? Laura, no, I'm not hurt. Agent Kumar, get her out of here. Go. Neil, let's go, Laura. Thank you. I assumed that's to Zora. Yeah. Thanks, Zora! Zora, you're the best! Whew. Whew. Look at us go in slow motion. And the music. All right, now all I have to worry about is...
And that's it. The most tumultuous days of my
Hey,
life,
we completed the
and
third act.
possibly in Garian history. Abbott Dyson has been charged with interplanetary terrorism, first-degree murder, and more that would put a normal person away for multiple lifetimes. Unfortunately, he is one of the world's most influential
he was gonna be
billionaires,
fine.
and as it stands now, he isn't going to prison for more than a few years.
Wow.
It is rumored that he's putting someone else in charge of his company for the time being, and will be allowed back at his post after serving his sentence. With their mastermind unmasked, at least it's safe to say that the Liberators won't ever make another appearance. Even though Dyson and Cox each lost a lot in the Sector 2 incident, I don't believe their actions were really driven by a righteous thirst for revenge. Almost all the people who have suffered and might still suffer from their actions had nothing to do with Gara's past crimes. Ultimately, Dyson had tried to start an interplanetary war in hopes of increasing his profit margins, and he might still succeed in it.
Thanks to me.
The data I leaked sent a shockwave through the solar system. The source of the leak was quickly discovered, and the CDI not only fired me on the spot, but also tried to scrub me from their records and made all sorts of claims to discredit me. The Garian state scrambled to spin the narrative on the Sector 2 incident, but the data was authentic and unambiguous. 40 years ago, the Savient colony on Drovia had been sabotaged in a secret operation initiated by a handful of Gyara's top politicians, economic elites, and the CDI under the leadership of Amelia Thorne, now Attorney General and leader of the Garian Department of Justice. It became clear to me why she had tried to hide the data, fired the chief when he got too close, and ordered the arrest of Cox when she realized who he was. She is currently awaiting trial, along with a number of mostly retired politicians who were implicated in the conspiracy.
Aw, look at
Zora
us.
is free again and seems to be doing okay, but I wonder every day about the scars this experience has left behind.
Yeah.
Even though I know I'm
Get that
not
girl a
directly to
therapist.
blame, I will never forgive myself for inadvertently dragging her into all this. As for me, I am free again, as free as I was before, but my life is forever changed.
Oh,
Catherine
sorry,
and
I
are
read
doing
ahead.
okay, however crazy that sounds. Things are so different now. The world is so different that maybe something good can come of it again.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
And finally,
Zora!
easily the strangest person I've met in my life. Despite the terrible things she did, I'm grateful for her help when it really counted.
You
took
just
the
gotta
CDI
believe
a
in
while
people.
to find out anything about her previous life. Turns out her name used to be Elizabeth Davis. She and her friend Boyd had been picked up by the mercenaries as teenagers on the run. Both of them came from affluent Garian families, and both had been reported missing,
Interesting.
presumed dead. Zora will be brought before a judge this week, and I'll be there to make a statement. It might sound strange, but I hope she'll walk free again.
Doesn't
one
sound
day.
strange at all. I hope that too. Yay! Hi, Schlebula. You came just in time for the end of the game. Whew. Whew. That was stressful. I think that went about as well as it could have. Like, I think we've prevented war for now, but with like still the possibility if Gara doesn't get its act together, then it's like, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. The information had to get out, and I'm glad that there was still an option to do that, and that we didn't have to like threaten Saito, and like he got to still be our buddy, and yeah, that was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Gary was not a bad guy. Gary turned out to be solid. You know, he's, you know, maybe a bit of a bootlicker, but is that even the right game? Yes, this is the game with Gary. Yes. That was a gooder. I agree. Great suggestion, Vantana PNX, who hadn't even played it before. She didn't even play through the whole prologue, apparently, because she was like, oh, this is a Mary game. But absolutely nailed it, Vantana PNX. Yeah, I know she's out right now, so hopefully she'll have a chance to watch the VOD and see how it all shook out. But yeah, thanks. You nailed it. You nailed it. Oh man. Yeah. That was stressful and fun, and like it was fun. The like murder mystery solving, like it was a good. I don't play a lot of point and clicks, so like I don't have a lot to compare it to, and like I'm sure that mystery games in general kind of work, but like the sheets thing where you like figure things out and you could kind of guess stuff, and then you could potentially confirm stuff later and like narrow it down and then submit the sheet. Like I'm very curious, like I feel like I'm gonna have to do a speed run where I just fuck up everything and see how that changes the game, because yeah, we only, as far as I can tell, we only fucked up one thing, and it was because of my stupid typo. We would have nailed it throughout, I think, if I hadn't typed in the boat typo. But even with that mess up, we did manage to get to the boat and see the boat. And I imagine like, because I imagine more or less you have to get each of the scenes that you get and each of the places that you get so that you'll get there eventually. I was technically correct. I just was very foolish and didn't double check my work. But like what was my train of thought there? Oh, that like I think stuff would have happened to get you to the point, but like your ability to do things successfully would have been marred. So like things like we could have figured out we would have been guessing more with the Savient 2 stuff if we'd gotten Dyson incorrect, for example. And then if we'd gotten the like I think there would have been a lot of like I think there's probably a lot of ways Laura could die, maybe, where like the CDI stuff at the end, I feel like if we had gotten the sheet wrong for what the data is, that they wouldn't have been able to find the data and send it to the folder, and that would have fucked us with Laura, and that if we had just refused to do it, yeah, the way our buddies stuck up for us, I feel like chances are if we'd refused earlier and told, like, yeah, if we'd refused to do stuff earlier or said we weren't going to do it, that it would have been harder to get Laura out alive. Probably we wouldn't have been able to get Laura out alive if we hadn't been nice to Zora and like kept trying to talk up humanity and like given the messages between her and Boyd. I had concerns that the message between her and Boyd was like a secret code, but I was like, I don't know, what are they gonna do with a secret code? Let's just try and get on her side. So I think that like that was the game, trying to give you a reason to not give the message and be nice to Zora and all that stuff. I'm sure those end slides could be very different depending. Obviously there's a version where you don't leak the data. I'd be curious about the version where you make Saito help you and do the trade-off, like how the trade-off at the I bet you still go to the HQ, but I wonder how that trade-off would go with the data. Would they actually give Laura back? That could be another case where having Zora on your side helps, where it's like, if you don't have Zora on your side, they maybe wouldn't hold true to the data stuff, but Zora would make them. Maybe not as bloodily, but yeah. Which like would make me curious about, could she get away with, she would be free in that case because we wouldn't have arrested her. And then what happens to us and what happens to Saito? So like, yeah, it's the replayability in terms of the investigations is unfortunately low because like once you know what you're doing, I guess the replayability may have been no, because even if you got things wrong, you would for most of them figure out what was right eventually. But yeah. Where I'm gonna like speed run it and play it through a bunch of times again is just to see what the other ending options. That's where the replayability is I just want to know. I know there's a bunch of achievements for different things you can do. I have to do a playthrough where I feed Horse every time, you know, get the well-fed horse achievement. Yeah. But no, that was good. That was a lot of fun. It was exciting. Felt like a good arc, and it wasn't too overwhelming information-wise. Like, it was all mostly manageable. I think this would be a fun one to just like sit and play in one sitting. If anybody is just jumping in now or missed some or whatever and wants to give this game a go, I highly recommend it. I thought it was a lot of fun, and that it's worth giving her a go. And like yeah, I think there's something to be said about doing it in one or two sittings. I don't think it would be too overwhelming to do that, but it was also like not so overwhelming that the fact that I was doing it in smaller chunks over several weeks didn't hinder too much. We were able to, I mean, I did have chat's help. Chat helped me remember stuff sometimes too. Whenever I forgot stuff, I would be like, chat, am I right about this? What was this? But yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was lots of fun. And Act 3 went very fast. So now what? I don't remember if I actually downloaded Strange Horticulture, and because I have a weird rest of my month, I am tempted to do like one-offs for a little bit. Or I could call it an early night. I could do that too. It wouldn't hurt to get more sleep and stuff, but yeah, I don't think I remembered to download. I was gonna do that. I was gonna download Strange Horticulture, but that's my next game, I guess. Ooh, announcement! My next big game, like ongoing game, is gonna be Strange Horticulture. So we're gonna collect some spooky plants, and that's all I know about the game. Is that like you are a curator of plants, of weird plants, of strange horticulture. In a weird town where weird spooky stuff is happening, and also it has many different endings or something. Saberni and Rosale Play have both played it. Venomous Goat might have played it too. Yeah, anyway, Strange Horticulture will be my next big game. I'll maybe do one-offs in the meantime until things settle down a bit. Though I guess I should figure out how many streams Strange Horticulture will take, because potentially things are getting busy for me at the end of April. I mean, most of the plants aren't spooky. Okay, fair enough. This town, but where we are, the town is spooky, and the horticulture is just strange. Yep. Well, I'm gonna exit this game. So sorry, the good jams are gonna go. Here goes the music. So sorry. It's not a super long game. Yeah, that was my recollection a million years ago when I looked up how long a game it was. Was that it was shorter. And I think I asked you and Lindsay Sorry, I'm going to run an ad real quick. So I guess I'm going to be boring for the next minute to make sure people aren't missing anything, you know? I'll Google. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do while the ad is running. How long to beat strange horticulture? Good old. Okay. When focusing on main objectives, strange horticulture is about 5.5 hours. Now, I will take at least twice that because knowing me. And then I think Lindsay and Catherine, Saberni and Rosale Play both said it took them like 8 to 10 hours or something like that. Maybe not. Yeah, they're saying like 8 to 12 hours at a leisurely pace, which streaming is certainly a leisurely pace. And I would add even more to that for intros, outros. So that's probably 5 streams, because this was not a long game either, Lacuna, but I made it last for 6 streams anyway. You have 13.4 hours play. Yeah, okay, so that seems to check out with leisurely. Oh, and you played the whole thing twice and replayed the end to get them all. Gotcha. So even less than that. Yeah, all the endings. Yeah. So even at a somewhat leisurely pace, pretty slow. Okay, good to know. And also good that I have people in my chat who have played before and can kind of give me an idea of how much is left. Okay, yeah, so I should remember to do that. Gosh, yeah, I've only been streaming for 1 hour and 40, so I feel like I should do something for another 30 minutes, but I don't know what. Do I dare try and download? Maybe not. Maybe I won't push it by downloading Strange Horticulture right now. And I would want to, for my first session, play a little longer than half an hour, right? Post-game summary. Yeah, I'll tell you about all the achievements I got. It has a certain number of days. Okay, that's perfect. That really helps me know exactly how far into it I am. Yeah. Reunited at last, get the girl. That was, I think, the achievement for getting back together with our ex-wife, or dating at least our ex-wife. Master Investigator, demonstrate your sleuthing skills. I feel like that one you must get. It's got a check mark by a bunch of folders as its picture. Wow, this delay. Yeah, I was getting the sense that things were quite delayed for you. Unfortunate. Yeah. I feel like you must have to get a certain amount of sheets correct to get the Master Investigator. Or maybe you have to have just gotten the big stuff. Anyway, rescued, bring her home. We got that. Will it have mattered? Tell your story. That must be the achievement for finishing the game. Rescue mission. Complete the 3rd act. Is this the right thing? Try to start a war. Oh, there's a couch potato. What was that achievement? I sat down on enough couches for it. A little justice served, catch the mastermind. Happy boy, serve up lots of love. That was for petting Horace a bunch. Crisis averted was catching the bomber. Corian Church was completing the 2nd act. Joris Plaza was completing the 1st act. Matching description, catch the sniper unharmed. Yeah, so that's the thing, is I bet you like the sniper could have been killed or even maybe gotten away if we got the description wrong, and so we set it out and they like went after the wrong guy, because there was a whole period there where they were like, this person kind of matches the description. Oh, this person over here matches the description, is acting sketchy. Let's go to them. There's one called AFK ? With the description being hello, anyone there? And there's a coffee. I wonder if there's an achievement for not doing anything for a while, because there are a few times where I have just, because the background music was the pretty like boo boo doo boo doo boo doo boo boo doo boo doo boo. There's a few times where that was the music in the background, so I, instead of going to the menu, let that music play and didn't do anything and did all of my end stuff with it. So I feel like because I just stayed in the game for that music and did all like my sign out shout outs and stuff for the stream before going back to it, that I may have gotten an achievement for not doing anything. Which would be funny, but maybe there's something in game that gets that achievement as well. But, but anyway, And then good cop, be nice and de-escalate was name. And then groupie, show some appreciation for music. Yeah. One of the locked achievements is, or is this the right thing? And that's try to prevent a war. So I guess if I hadn't handed over the data, but it's funny that the try to start a war is this the right thing, and then the other one is, or is this the right thing? I think they guess what most people will do. I wonder if that's true. If most people, surely most people leak the data, right? Healthy lifestyles, be the good kind of quitter. I did not get that one. Next playthrough, I'll have to not smoke. The one for feeding Horace every time is called Chonky Boy, and this said serve up lots of insects. I didn't get chain smoker. I didn't smoke enough to get the chain smoker one though, so I'm gonna have to do 2 more playthroughs. One where where's my achievement for moderation? Because there's a chain smoker one, punish your lungs, it's called. Oh, that's funny. She's got a point, come to the dark side. That was probably one for if you were to agree with Zora all the time and be like, you're right, humans are the worst, everything sucks. Bad cop, nobody can stand in your way. Yeah, consumer, listen to the corporate overlords. Oh, I wonder what gets that? Is that just us siding with... Shortcuts, cut corners wherever possible, literally. Okay, so that's the speed run. That's where I'm gonna fuck up as much as possible trying to get that one. I feel like this is doable. I feel like I could platinum this game. The last achievement that I have 1 out of 8 of is enter the multiverse, tell all the stories. So that tells me that there's 8 endings, that we got 1 of 8 endings. That's so many. I mean, I guess there's a lot of little variations and probably each of those count as an ending. Maybe? That's so many. So I just speed run the game real quick right now, just for the rest of the rest of the stream is just me speed running. I do wonder if new games let you, they probably don't. Probably none of them let you save, right? Otherwise, which would be unfortunate because it would be like, I would want to like replay a chapter over and over again to get all the versions of it. But at least there's not a flow chart I have to 100%, or I really would have to replay each chapter a billion times. And in this case, because there are no replaying of chapters, replay the whole game 100 times. You think Strange Horticulture has 8? Cool. Yeah, that's another one that I'll probably end up. I love seeing all the endings, so. Yep. I'm only like, I don't know, halfway through Act 1 of Baldur's Gate, and I'm already planning like what my second playthrough is gonna look like. I love a good multiple branching storylines, multiple ways to do things situation. Though that being said, I probably won't do the big choices different. In games like Baldur's Gate or Dragon Age and stuff, I feel like I don't do the big decisions that different each time. Because yeah, well, it depends. It depends on if it turned out that was a bad decision the first time, but yeah. Yeah, so 16 out of 25 achievements earned. Not bad. Not bad at all. Well over half. Oh, there it tells me 64% exactly. Well, yeah, I can look at the percentage of like people who have finished the game. Okay, so I feel like it's only like 22% of people have finished the game, which that's shocking. It's not that long and it's very exciting. And then it says 13% of people leaked the information and 9% of people didn't. So that's actually closer than I would expect. That's interesting. World had to know, man. The worlds had to know. Oh, and then I think another obvious one is we could probably have gotten the prologue character killed. Which frankly, I was surprised that we were able to save her. I was wondering if she was going to be one of those prologue characters that has to die, you know, like a la Until Dawn. The spoilers for Until Dawn, the prologue. There's a game. I'll stream Until Dawn someday. Gotta prove it to everyone that I can do the Jessica chase blindfolded. Actually, I don't know if I still could do it. I would need to do it like once or twice, and then I think I would be back to being able to do it blindfolded. Just to refresh my memory. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like meandering because I'm trying to decide if I take a break and figure out something else to do, or if we just chat on It is being released on PC. Interesting. I do not actually know how I feel about that because Until Dawn has my favorite horror game mechanic of all time, which is Don't Move, which is a very PC or a very PlayStation specific mechanic, and they got rid of it, like the studio got rid of it in other games, and has various attempts at kind of replacing it that none of them have been as good and immersive and as awesome as the Don't Move mechanic. But the reason that they got rid of it in future games was because they wanted to be cross-platform and be able to release on PC and other platforms. So that's interesting. I think in order to get Until Dawn, because I love Until Dawn. I love that game. You might say more than it deserves, but I will make arguments that it does deserve the amount of love I have for it. But anyway, that's maybe another discussion for another time. A video, perhaps. A video essay. So the idea of me having a copy that I can play at any time on my PC is appealing, with the exception of the fact that I think that means no Don't Move. I wonder what they would replace Don't Move with. Is there a way to do it with, like, if you plug in a controller? Is there, like, does PC have motion control capabilities? I don't know. Curious. I'm gonna have to look into that. Yeah, that's what you were wondering. Yeah, is that it could be a case of like, hey, play this game, but play it with a controller. We recommend playing it with a controller. Because I think I could be wrong with this. That is it possible to like turn off Don't Move? It's definitely possible to turn off motion controls, because I think I tried Until Dawn one time with motion controls just to see if it was easier to aim with motion controls. It's not. I turned them off immediately. It is much worse. But I think, because that's an accessibility issue, right? If you have a tremor or anything, you can't play the main, one of the big mechanics of the game that can get multiple characters killed. So yeah, I should look up what turning off Don't Move does. You just automatically succeed them or something, or there's some other way they do it. I don't know. But it is hard to imagine, because they have all kinds of accessibility settings for the Quarry, which is their biggest spiritual successor, I would say, to Until Dawn. Dark Picture Anthologies is also by this horror games by the same people, and I guess also kind of a spiritual successor to Until Dawn. But I feel like the true successor to Until Dawn is the Quarry in terms of like tone and scope and all that stuff. And it had a lot of settings for like, if you wanted to play a game where just your choices matter and your gameplay doesn't, then yeah. Quality, I do need to play the Quarry again, because it was very enjoyable. And someday we'll get our playthrough out on YouTube. Someday. Because Polychrome played it together, and it was buck wild to have 8 people. 8 people? I think there was at least 8 of us playing that game together, and it went about as well as you can imagine with 8 people playing, which is to say not very. So truly like we were all in the same place for once, and as soon as everybody went home, I like went back and yeah. Little Hope is my greatest disappointment because Little Hope has top tier monster design. Man of Medan I have not played, so can't speak to the creature design in Man of Medan, unfortunately. Not so much. Yeah, that's fair. Little Hope was just a real exercise in unfulfilled potential. I think it was genuinely just like a case of we have this super cool concept that we gotta wrap up quick because these are shorter bite-sized horror games, and so we're going to just fucking throw our entire concept in the garbage at the end. Very uninspired. Yeah, such a cool concept. The cool concept that the game, if they had played the cool concept straight instead of doing a bullshit twist at the end. I'm trying to like do this without spoiling it too much for anyone who wants to play Little Hope, because it's not a long play. You can do it in a few hours, and like I do think it is worth playing for that like initial concept, and the creature designs are truly, as Saberni says, top tier. They're so good. They're so creepy, and they're so like, yeah, very uninspired was for the Man of Medan monster design, but also too, right. I was like, very uninspired ending. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. But I haven't seen the Man of Medan monsters, can't comment on that, but very uninspired is unfortunate because I would say the Little Hope monsters were beautifully inspired. It was great work, and it was great work that was very cool and fit with the core concept of the fence made you lose your mind. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. It's I just like want to remake Little Hope as a longer game. It doesn't even have to be that much longer. Like a couple more hours would do it. Like it doesn't even have to be an Until Dawn length game. I think it's what, like 4 to 6 hours, and Until Dawn is about 10 hours. So like, okay, so maybe like 8-ish hours is the sweet spot for being able to bring that story home and not do like a bullshit ending. And you mentioned in person about the one where you were like, oh, that's kind of boring. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, there's one, because for the most part, all of the creature designs are like fucking phenomenal. The second you look at them, you're like, oh, that's fucked up. I love it. And then there's one, I guess I won't spoil it, but there's one that's like, oh, that seems, like Saberni said, that like seems boring at first. Not boring. That's maybe not, maybe too harsh, but it like, I think it's the last one revealed. So after all the banger designs before that, you're kind of like, oh, that's fine, I guess. But then it moves. And that is where that design truly shines, is in the animation work, and it's very creepy and very horrifying. It's so upsetting. Yeah. So Little Hope owns a part of me where I've like loved it until I super didn't, really beefed it right at the end, which I'm a Mass Effect fan, so I guess I'm used to that. But I would love to see a version of Little Hope that commits to its main concept instead of doing a bullshit twist at the end, and just sees that the main conceit of the game through, and like, has a mystery to solve instead of just hand waving it. I loved it too. They're just, keep coming back to it. Top tier creature designs, extremely good. Yes, I will say the Quarry's creatures designs are fine. Also, your favorite playlist. It's a very good playlist. I do go back to that playlist a lot. It's fun. It also introduced me to that song. Is it called Fire? Which is a banger that I sometimes gets in rotation for me as something that I just kind of listen to just it nonstop. Yeah, I hadn't heard that song before I listened to. Saberni and I like share playlists with each other all the time, and by which I mean mostly Saberni makes playlists and I steal them. You know it from Teen Wolf naturally. Teen Wolf, MTV's Teen Wolf. Lots of great songs in that. Yeah. Anyway, this has turned into a just chatting stream, and on the one hand, I should probably change the category to just chatting, but on the other hand, I kind of want to just chill. Because, well, you know, because I am just discussing games. If I change it to just chatting, people looking to, you know, hear about life or talk about life. I just want to talk about horror games. Schlebula, thank you so much for the subscription. Wow. 20 months. Wow. I've been doing this for 20 months. We're getting close to 2 years. When's my anniversary? Quality of the show went down, but the music choices remained great. 20 months. That's so many. I guess we are. March? Was March my? No. February. March was when I started. No. When did I? I'm going to have to look this up. When did I make affiliate? Gonna be coming up on that anniversary. Surely I must have passed my streaming anniversary. My account is my account is a toddler. 20 months is definitely a toddler. I know we think 2 years is a toddler, but as someone who has now spent some time with like 1.5-year-olds, I feel like in the latter half of being a year old sorry. In the latter half of being a year old, you reach toddler status. Hold on, let me adjust my focus again so I can lean back a little bit. Yeah. Games are great. Video games are great. What a great medium, you know? Like, okay, to bring this back to Lacuna, actually to connect our Lacuna and our horror game discussion, I feel like both mystery games and horror games are a great, like those mystery and horror are two great genres to do for video games. I feel like they are particularly well suited. Ooh, Jen bought you The Wolf Among Us for your birthday. Oh shit, I was gonna get you a video game for your birthday and then I didn't. So look for that in the future sometime. Yeah. So I guess you're gonna brave a Telltale game. Yeah, thank you, Steam, for being super easy to do. I'm terrible at gifts. I'm terrible at it. Oh, I guess that's true, but I won't get you like an expensive game. Oh, no, well, we'll see. Reading a really good book. It's The House on the Cerulean Sea. Ooh, wait, I feel like I've heard of that. Heck yeah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I also have The Wolf Among Us, and I should play it at some point. I wonder if I should stream it. I don't know. I'm scared to stream something like The Wolf Among Us, but I guess I've done a few now, like first time stressful. Because I always was like, Oh, unless you count the dice that you're giving to all the C&D crew as birthday Christmas presents for the next few years. Yeah. True. Yeah. That's, I mean, I would count that. I guess we haven't got them yet, but yeah, what was my train of thought here? I lost it. It ran away. Well, I left my brain. Well, that's a little bit tiredness catching up with me, though I think I would have been okay. I think I would have been, if this had taken longer, I still think I would be okay now to finish the game, you know? Reading a really good book is House of Cerulean Sea. So what is the House of the Cerulean Sea about? Why? I feel like I've heard of it, and maybe because you've mentioned it before, or maybe because it's out there. That sounds like a familiar name. But yeah, mysteries and horror games, because I think, because mysteries, everybody wants to try and solve the mystery and predict along with it anyway, so the video game is just like the next natural step for that. And like, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can just be like a good solid point and click. It can be something a little more like Heavy Rain style, where like the game plays a little bit of, I mean, Heavy Rain, my understanding is that it's very janky, but the idea of like, it's not like a shooter, it's like a quick time events and choices, and that's the way they get it across. But then you can have it be a more traditional game where there's like game overs and third person shooties and all that stuff, and still just you're feeling invested even if there isn't more choice. But I do feel like choice-based games are great for mysteries. Yeah, because you just naturally, when you're watching a mystery, you want to solve the mystery. So yeah. And then obviously the same thing with horror games, is because you're making choices. It's the immersiveness for horror games, but particularly like Until Dawn and its ilk is like the classic slasher. You yell at the TV characters to not do what they're doing because they're gonna die. But then something like Until Dawn lets you do that and actually like act on that. But even in a case where there's not that many choices involved, with something like Resident Evil is like, I don't know. I was making TikToks. I haven't finished them yet, but I was making TikToks of the first session that I did with Mr. X in Resident Evil 2, and it just brought me right back to how fucking scary that was and how great it was, and just like that's part of just like being immersed made it so scary, the fact that you're actively being pursued. Anyway, let me catch up on chat now that I've rambled for a while. Saberni's reading the Fleet Foxes lyric book that you got for your birthday, and it's interesting and entertaining. You had sent like the odd excerpt from that, and it does sound very interesting and entertaining. I am excited for that. Schlebula's the house in the Cerulean Sea, a monster orphanage, and a caseworker who comes to access the orphanage and finds more. No, I think that's a great summary. I'm sold. I'd love to read it. That sounds great. I've got to, let me go through what I'm reading right now. Where is it? Hold on 1 second. I have to not stand up because I changed into comfy pants. Here's what happened. I had a comfy jumpsuit on, and that's what I was going to wear tonight because it's very comfy, but it's also a nice jumpsuit. So assess. Gotcha. I thought you were like leaving mystery off, where you were like access more, but I mean, I guess assess more mystery is still very good and mysterious. Anyway, I do think you've sold it fine. You left mystery, and yeah. There's a lyric, and I don't even miss you at all. In the note for it's just said unconvincing. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I was, the end of that story was just, I was wearing my nice jumper and was going to be comfortable, and then I spilled food on it, so I had to change, and so I changed into a nice sweater, but I wanted to still be comfy, so I'm wearing comfy pants, but they don't match the sweater. So I have to try and get this book without showing off my very bright green pants. Ugh. Okay. I'm reading Gideon the Ninth, which I started. It takes me a long time to read books these days if I don't have like a big chunk of time, because what happens is I am a very nervous flyer. So anytime I get on a plane, one of my, like for takeoff and landing, especially when I'm like not really, I mean, lots of people have their tech out, but I don't know, for whatever reason, it doesn't do anything for me. So I read books during takeoff and landing at the very least. And if it's a shorter flight, I'll just read for the whole flight. And sometimes, sometimes I just read for the whole flight, even if it's a little longer. Anyway, so I started it like a year ago when I was on a plane, and then kept reading it for a little bit afterwards, and then got busy, life got in the way. That's what happens to me, is I get busy and I just it's nothing against the books themselves, I just end up not having a chance to read. And I was finishing a Dragon Age book, and then started this on a flight. And then I was on a plane recently, so I started up reading it again. And it's a good time. I'm not very far in yet. But it's about lesbian necromancers in space. And that's all I needed to sell me. So, but yeah. Yep. Anyway, shit was really starting to kick off where I left off, so I should try and read a little. Maybe I'll read a little tonight. Maybe I'll get to bed early enough to do a little reading in bed. That's what I should be doing, is reading in bed. That is all anyone could ever need from a book, right? I mean, they knew what the selling point of the book was. Lesbian necromancers in space. And like, that tells me that it's genres I like and that there's lesbians, which I also like. So there you go. And there's the main characters on the front looking all cool in her outfit with her skull face paint. And I don't know if you can tell, oh God. From here. Yours has queer people as well. Hell yeah. There. I don't know if you can tell or if it's too small, but she's wearing sunglasses. So she's a cool guy. Yeah. And then I was also working on my way through like the Sandman comics, because I had started those a long time ago. I like bought the first three volumes, I think is what I got. And I had read them, and then didn't buy any more because money, but really liked them. And then it was like 8 years later, and the TV show came out, and I watched the TV show, and it was great. Watch it on Netflix. It's great. The Sandman, watch it. It's real good. And watching it, I was like, man, I should reread these. And then fortunately, season 1 just literally covered the first 3 volumes. So I perfectly had not had anything spoiled by watching. I would have watched it anyway. I didn't know that it was going to only be the first 3 volumes. It just worked out that way for me. So I was like, well, I might as well read get volume 4. It's been long enough now that I could go do that. So yeah. Well, but yes, this book sounds great. Monster Orphanage sounds great. Yeah, I dig it. That sounds like it would be up my alley, so I should try it out. I also started watching Has Been Hotel, which Shelby, you should also probably watch, because Monster Orphanage sounds like an anime. Yeah, it really does. Man, where is it? Has Been Hotel Amazon Prime? It might be Prime Video. I can't remember which of the various streaming services it's on. But it's animated musical. If it's like an adult animation show musical, about about demons in hell trying to redeem themselves, and it's got very like cool creepy character design that like I think you would really like the character design in it, and it's also, you know, it's a musical, so fuck yeah to that. Yeah, if Mary tells me to watch something, I should really watch it. Mary never recommends anything wrong. That's right, I don't. I mean, it's true that I feel like at this point I know your taste pretty well, Shelby. Sold. Yeah, I thought she might be. It's pretty. I've only watched 4 episodes. Actually, I don't know how many there are total, but there's been some good bops, and yeah, the yeah, it's true. I should by now. I definitely should. But yeah, it's good character. There's, yeah, I was just because Josh Venomous Goat had been watching it, and like he recommended it, and I was like, we were already watching the trailer with some interest, so now we definitely have to watch it. And we were talking about how both of us have like so I'm not that far in yet, so who knows, my favorite character might change, but the character I immediately liked the most was called Alistair. That's not why. It's spelt differently for one. But he's like he's like a radio host where he speaks in a radio voice, and it's very cool. And what's his neck size? His neck size is small. But his character design is also just like very creepy, and he does creepy shit all the time, and it's great. He's just like, I love a good like menacingly cheerful character, and that's exactly what he is. He's just like cheerful radio announcer voice. And when I say radio announcer voice, I don't just mean the tone and accent that he's using. I mean, like, they have done the radio, like slightly staticky radio or slightly distorted radio effect over his voice most of the time as well. And it's very fun. It's very cool. Yeah. So yeah, Stephanie Beatrice is one of the voice actors, so she gets to do some singing again. I say again because she was Mirabelle in Encanto, if anyone didn't know that. Stephanie Beatrice of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Wow, I really forgot for a second. Brooklyn Nine-Nine fame. She's Rosa Diaz in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and Mirabelle in Encanto, and Kima in The Legend of Vox Machina. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, I love creepy design stuff. Yeah, speaking of Legend of Vox Machina, all the Orthax stuff in Legend of Vox Machina, top tier creepy. Yeah. Oh, and then Jason and I finished watching The Curse today, which was buck wild. That show is so uncomfortable. It's like I was like clawing my own skin off the whole show. Yeah, and it's so deeply uncomfortable, and it wants you to be deeply uncomfortable. I've said it before, but that show absolutely nails its tone. It the way I was feeling was exactly the way the show wanted me to feel. It was doing it. It was doing what it wanted to do. And then I would say, I feel like I still have to unpack my feelings about the finale, because it got wild. But like the last half of the finale was like, it became like a horror. Like it was always the vibes were always like, horror is not right, but there's like, it was just so uncomfortable that it was like somewhere along those lines where it's just like horror isn't the right vibe. There isn't the right word for it. It's more like, I don't know, the feeling, anyone who watched Midsummer, I guess, the like feeling you get through like when Midsummer isn't like being full horror. It's like the feelings between that, because I guess Midsummer doesn't ever really go full horror. Like Midsummer's not scary. It's a exercise in dread, and I think The Curse is the same way. Is it's like an exercise in dread, but instead of like a more like visceral horror dread of Midsummer, The Curse is like just that deep, uncomfortable, almost too real, like just dread. That it's a different kind of dread, but it's getting the same thing where it's like you're experiencing that, and then I would say it switches to like a more horror dread that it's achieving in the last like half of the finale episode. Anyway, it's one that I don't know that I would recommend, because I feel like you have to be a certain Cinema Buns, my friend Darren, should absolutely watch it. I think it is absolutely up his alley and the kind of shit he has. Oh, like, yeah, there's another example is so one of his favorite movies is Killing of a Sacred Deer, which is also like non-traditional horror, in that it's like not a scary movie, but it just builds dread and is just like uncomfortable and like boring, but in a way that's in your soul gets dread. I don't know. Yeah. So it's along that vibe, but again, more like in an awkward way than those movies. Anyway, I don't know how to describe it. The point is it's like, I don't know that anyone in my chat right now would actually like The Curse, but I was going to say I enjoyed it. I don't even know if that's accurate to say I enjoyed it. I think ultimately, yes, that is accurate to say I enjoyed it. But I think it was extremely good. I think it did exactly what it was trying to do. And I'm glad I watched it. And I don't know if I'll watch it again, but I'm glad I watched it. And like, yeah. And I liked it a lot. Yeah. Even though in saying you enjoyed it feels wrong, because it's like, it's so deeply uncomfortable. But yeah, so that's the media I've been consuming lately. And I've been building stuff in Tailspire with Firefly on in the background. And Grey's Anatomy was the other one I'm going through. I've been not committing to any one show. I keep bouncing between them. I was doing the OC, and then that was too much. I had to stop, and I switched to Grey's Anatomy, which tells you how much the OC gets, that I switched to Grey's Anatomy to chill out. And then, yeah. Very cute picture sent to me by Schlepula of her dog and me big on her TV. Hi, Red. Yeah. Anyway, Has-Been Hotel, though, do recommend. Not uncomfortable, just fun. Well, sometimes uncomfortable, but like, you know, on purpose again. And it's, you know, the characters being in bad situations. But yeah, also queer. Gay demons, they're everywhere. And like weird creepy angel designs too, which I always love a good creepy angel design. Yeah. Well, I think I've talked long enough for this to have been an acceptable stream length. You know what? It's almost 9. This is a reasonable time for me to tucker out. But yeah, I guess circling back to Lacuna, that was great. Thanks again, Vantana PNX. In fact, let's shout her out specifically. Because, yeah. Oh yeah, she's playing Irony Curtain from Matryoshka with Love. Yeah, I only saw, I was kind of like, I was multitasking, so I was only kind of like in and out for that stream. But that looked like it was fun. It's another point and click. Vantana PNX is a point and click master. She's master of point and clicks, a resident point and click gamer. So yeah, she'd like done Tangle Tower, which was another like mystery one that I don't know. I would maybe play that because I didn't actually see the end, though. Unfortunately I hear that the ending was unsatisfying, that's unfortunate. But yeah, Lacuna was great. You know, it's great when it like has me going, when it has me stressed. And I was every time. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's real unfortunate. Because that had some cool character designs in it too, and some good voice acting and all that fun stuff. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, I'll either have to catch up on those streams or play it myself. But speaking of, when I say that Vantana PNX is our resident point-and-click gamer, what do I mean by resident of what? Well, let me tell you. My friends and I, including Vantana PNX, have a YouTube channel together called Polychrome. And yeah, if you look up Polychrome Entertainment, you should find us. And also, you can just follow this link that I've put in the chat. And yeah, we play video games together. We talk about nerdy stuff. We review food sometimes. And yeah, it's just something we do in our spare time. Hopefully someday we'll have more time to devote to it. But as it is, I'm pretty proud of what we've released so far. So check it out if you haven't. But Vantana PNX and myself aren't the only members. There's a whole bunch more, and they all stream as well. Here they are. Here's all their Twitches. We've got Venomous Goat TV, who streams on Sunday evenings. We have RoboDude TV, who streams Sunday afternoons, every other Sunday afternoon and every other Monday evening. Both Venomous Goat and RoboDude are off this week. RoboDude, because of his usual alternating schedule, I believe is off this week. Am I right about that? Now I don't remember. Now I'm not feeling confident in that. But Venomous Goat TV is taking a wee bit of a hiatus. He should be back on the 25th, February 25th. Cinema Buns, though, is the opposite. He was on hiatus and now he is officially back. So check him out on Tuesday evenings. Rosé'll Play is usually on Wednesday evenings. Things in life are tumultuous right now, so you'll have to keep up with her socials. She's at Rosé'll Play most places, but also the Polychrome socials, you can find out what she's up to. Because yes, things will be a little tumultuous for her until at least the end of March, in terms of what her schedule is like and her ability to stream on Wednesdays, but usually Wednesday evenings is when she would normally stream. She's our resident cozy gamer. She streams lots of cute games. It's really great. And then Vantana PNX, as I mentioned, streams on Friday evenings. Like I said, mostly point-and-click adventures. She also does like fun game show games. She and Cinema Buns have done like Wheel of Fortune streams together, which those are always really fun. And then she loves herself some Roller Coaster Tycoon, and those are fun chill streams as well. So I do recommend checking her out. And then finally, Chromavision on Saturday afternoons. I think it is likely he will not stream this Saturday for reasons, but I could be wrong about that. But yes, similarly tumultuous times. But yeah, as for me, I stream on Thursday evenings. I usually pick some sort of narrative game that will take several streams to complete. And those are my Thursday evening games. Just finished up Lacuna. If you're just joining me now, we just finished up Lacuna. That's done. I'll be moving on to Strange Horticulture next. I may have... Well, you know what? I won't promise anything yet. Strange Horticulture will definitely be my next big game. There may be one or two one-off streams between starting Strange Horticulture and now. I'll figure that out before next. I'll figure that out before next Thursday so that I can announce it on my social media. But I also try and stream on Monday mornings. I try to do the Phasmophobia weekly challenge mode. every week. So that switches over. For me, it's Sunday evening is when that switches over. So Monday mornings or afternoons, depending on what my work schedule is, I try to do some streams. Saberni often joins me for those, and they're a lot of fun. And lately we've been, if there's time, trying to do a little Overcooked 2 afterwards. So that's been our game plan lately. So yeah, check us all out. It's a good time. If you want to see some more stuff with me, see if my streams are going to be your vibe, catch up on Lacuna and what happened there, watch any of my other more serialized streams. I do have a personal YouTube as well where I upload all of my VODs, so you can find me there. Yeah. I'm gonna maybe read a book now. now that I maybe have a minute. You know what? I'll eat I had a small supper before this stream, and then I'll maybe have the rest of it after. Though I'm actually not that hungry. My golem juice has kept me full this whole time. So yes. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining, everyone. Hope you had a great time. I sure did. This game was great. Do recommend it. If you happen to not catch all of it, I do recommend giving it a go, because solving the mysteries were fun. And you know what? I think there was enough variety in the choices that even if you know the solutions to the mysteries, that is a big part of the game. That is the fun part of the mechanics. So it is unfortunate that you miss out on that. But I think speed running through it to see what all the different choices lead you to would be interesting. And certainly I'm going to do it. I'm going to replay it, even though I now know the solution to all the mysteries. So yeah, great work again, man. Hannah PNX, you knocked it out of the park. So I'll see you next week, and I'll see you Monday, maybe? Hopefully? Yeah. Good night.